Hello everyone. Welcome to this new weekly series Indian IPO Pulse. In this series, I'll share a video on every Saturday in which I'll share the details of all upcoming mainboard IPOs scheduled to open for subscription for next week in the Indian share market. I'll also share the performance of the IPOs listed last week along with top gainers and losers of the year. The idea is just to share the facts and do not influence you in any way. So let's get started. Before moving on, please read the entire disclaimer carefully. The video is for educational purpose only. There is no buy, hold, or sell recommendations at all anywhere in this video. So we are going to check out these six things. First is the mainboard IPOs for next week, then last week's IPO listings, then top 10 gainers of 2025, then top 10 losers of 2025, then we'll see the 2025 mainboard IPOs dashboard, and at last we'll see the lock-in ending next week IPOs. So this is very critical. Let's start with the first one, which is the main board IPOs for next week. So there are four main board IPOs scheduled to open for subscription for next week. They are the Tata Capital, LG Electronics, Anantham, and then Rubicon. Let's go into the bit of detail in each of these IPOs. Let's start with Tata Capital. So for Tata Capital, the IPO will open for subscription on Monday, 6th of October. It will close for subscription after 3 days on 8th of October. The tentative listing date is Monday, 13th of October. Price band is 310 to 326. So if you have to apply, you have to apply with 326. Total issue size. So it's a humongous IPO and 47 crores 58 lakh 24,280 shares, which sums up with 15,500 and approximately 12 crore rupees IPO. 44% of this is the fresh issue with 21 crore shares, and which totals to around 6,846 crore rupees, and rest 56% is offer for sale, which is around 26 and a half crore shares, total amounting to 8,600 odd crore rupees. Now, the QIB quota in this IPO is just less than 50%, NII quota is around 15%, retail quota just less than 35%, and there is an employee quota of 0.25% as well. Let's move on to the next IPO, which is the LG Electronics IPO. So it will start its subscription on one day after the Tata one, and it will start subscription on Tuesday, 7th of October. It will close subscription on Thursday, 9th of October. Tentative listing date is Tuesday, 14th of October. Price band 1080 rupees to 1140 rupees. So if you have to apply, you have to apply on the 1140. Total issue size, again a very very big IPO. Total shares 10 crores 18 lakhs 15,859 shares, which totals to 11,607 crore rupees. It is total offer for sale. There is 0% fresh issue, 100% offer for sale. QIB quota 50%, NII quota 15%, and retail quota 35%. There is no employee quota in it. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Anantam Highways. Now, Anantam Highways, it has the same dates as of the LG one, and subscription will open on Tuesday, 7th of October, close on Thursday, 9th of October. Tentative listing date is, now this is different. Tentative listing date is Friday, 17th of October. It is extremely delayed listing after the opening, but anyways, where it is. Price band. So as of now, at the time of recording this video, price band is not available for this IPO. Total size of the issue size is 4 crore shares, and the total amount is 400 crore rupees IPO. 100% is fresh issue. There is no FS in this. QIB quota 75 and NI quota 25%. So this whole thing could change once this price band is declared. So this IPO will open for subscription, but there are details are not yet available. Let's move on to the next one, which is the Rubicon Research IPO. The IPO will open for subscription next week on Thursday, 9th of October, and it will close the week after that on Monday, 13th of October. Tentative listing date is Thursday, 16th of October. Price band rupees 461 to rupees 485. If you have to apply, apply on 485. Total issue size 2 crore 84 lakhs 2000 40 shares, and they sum up to around 1377 crore rupees. 36.3% fresh issue, 63.7% OFS, 500 crore rupees fresh issue, and 877 OFS. QIB quota 75, NII quota 15, and retail quota 10% in this IPO. Now let's move on and see the performance of the IPOs that were listed in the last week. Now this graph shows the performance. Let's see the uh, blue bar over here. It shows the listing day gains or losses, and the orange bar shows the current gains and losses. So basically, Friday day end. Trolled Bioenergy 7.05, 7.03. So positive listing. Jin Kushal Industries positive listing, still in positive. EPAC Prefab Technologies negative listing, still in negative. Gen Resource Recycling positive listing, still in positive. BMW Ventures huge negative listing, still in deep loss. Anand Rathi positive listing, still in positive. Shesha Sai Technologies negative listing, but now it is in positive. Jaro negative listing, still negative. Solar World Energy Solutions negative listing, still in negative. Atlanta positive listing and still in massive positive gains. And Ganesh Consumer negative listing and still it is in negative. Let's move on to the top 10 gainers of 2025 IPOs. So this graph shows the top gainers IPOs of 2025. Again, blue bar listing day gain, orange bar current gain. So, for example, Aditya Infotech listed at 60%, currently at 100%. Ather Energy listed in negative, but now it's 85%, up very good. Bellrise listed at 8.23, now is 81.17. The best is Stallion India Fluorochemicals, without any doubt. Listed at 40% gains, now at around 219% gains. So massive, massive gains in this IPO. Let's move on and see the top 10 losers of 2025. So this graph shows the worst performing IPOs of 2025. Let's start with RS Infra Solutions. Again, you can read the graph in the same way. This blue bar shows the listing day gains or losses, and this orange bar shows the current gains or losses. So RS Infra Solutions listed on negative, currently in negative. Ganesh Consumer listed negative, currently negative. Gem Aromatics listed negative, currently negative. Now, this is a surprise. Lakshmi Dental. It listed with 29% gains. Very, very good listing, but it is now in negative of approximately 23% negative. Okay, let's move on and see the dashboard, the main board IPOs dashboard. So, this graph shows the total number of IPOs that have been listed in the year 2025, along with how many IPOs are listed every month. So, in total, till now, 73 IPOs have been listed, and the most were listed in August 18, followed by September 17. Only five have been listed in October till now. There were 2 months, March and April, when there were no listing, and it is understandable. The market was at its lowest during these 2 months. Okay, now let's move on to the final section of this video, which is the IPOs for which the lock-in is ending next week. Now this is very critical. So these are the two IPOs for which lock-in is ending next week. First is the Cryzek Limited. and second is Travel Food Services Limited. Now, the anchor investors, basically, whenever they invest in any IPO, 50% of their shares are locked in for 30 days. That is, they cannot sell those shares within 30 days of the listing, and rest 50% are locked for 90 days. So they cannot sell those remaining 50% of their shares in those 90 days. So for these two companies, the lock-in period is going to be over. In fact, for Cryzek, it's already over today on 4th, and so the next working day for the market will be the Monday, and for Travel Food Services, it would be on 7th. What does this mean? So this means that if the anchor investors decide to sell off their allotted shares, which by the way is 25% of the total shares issued in IPO for both uh, uh, Cryzek and Travel Food. So if they decide to sell off their shares, this could mean that a very high liquidity or very high supply of shares in the market for these two companies. It is not always the case. It is not always that the anchors decides to sell off their shares on the day the lock-in ends, but it is something to keep an eye out if you are an investor in these two IPOs, or if you want to make positions in these two IPOs. This could be one point to take care of. Okay, so that is all from my side in this video. I hope that this information is useful for you. Thanks for watching it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in comments if you want me to include any other facts about the main board IPOs. Goodbye and happy investing.